Finally today, landlords and tenants often face questions regarding land management, and it can be difficult to keep up with current trends. Nebraska Extension's Farm and Ranch Management team is offering a set of workshops to provide up-to-date information and discuss current issues. Market Journal's Maddie McIntosh spoke with Extension educator Allan Vyhnalek to learn more.
We're doing our annual Extension Landlord Tenant workshops. We focus quite a bit on cash leases here in eastern Nebraska, mostly because more leases are cash leases than any other type. But they'll be held this fall and winter across the state. The series will be geared towards current and future landlords and tenants. We'll cover current trends in cash rental rates, land values, lease provisions, crop and grazing land considerations, and current university crop information. And then I'm also throwing a segment in there on succession planning. And so we're talking about land leasing, budgeting, and management for 2021. And we'll be talking about common lease topics like what are the current rents, what are the current land values, what are equitable lease rental rates, how do we manage or adjust farm leases with communication and lease provisions, and also going to be a little bit in there on setting up a flexible lease if you're interested in doing that. So the team this year is going to be myself, Austin Duerfeld, Glennis McClure, and Jim Jansen. Austin's going to be talking about some of the management stuff that goes on with the lease and a little bit about negotiation. Glennis is going to be talking about doing cropland budgets and crop budgeting. And Jim Jansen leads the university research on land value and land cash lease information. And he collects that information. So he'll be talking about those land value issues and setting up flexible leases.
Due to COVID-19, the original workshop schedule is constantly changing. Allan says those interested in attending need to check farm.unl.edu to stay up to date on the latest information. He also says any in-person events will be following COVID-19 guidelines and restrictions.
We know that the two meetings we planned for next week are not going to occur. We do also know, however, that the Lancaster one on December 14th will be live via web stream. And you can check for that at that farm.unl.edu website. Look for the land management series, and then you'll find a link to that Lancaster meeting that morning at 9 o'clock in the morning. All the locations are listed in our news release, and there's also phone numbers there for everybody, all those locations. And so call ahead to make sure that those locations are occurring. Workshops are free. We'd love to have people come. If we're having a meeting, please understand that there'll be a restriction on how many people can be there. We're going to have you socially distance. We're going to expect that people wear a mask. And so just understand that's how this is going to work. We'd love to have you at one of our meetings, and we'd love to see you even with a mask on.
Thanks, Maddie. Now, we do want to emphasize checking farm.unl.edu for updates. We've got the address right there on the screen. Local COVID restrictions are affecting in-person events, including the ones we just heard about.